Victor, thank you very much, and welcome to Baton Rouge, everyone. You know, Greg, this win by LSU came easily, but as we look in the rearview mirror, it could have been a trap game for the Tigers. LSU has been an extremely focused team over the years under Les Miles, but consider this. Alabama front and center now, and of course LSU playing without two starters defensively and another one in the offensive backfield, but LSU took care of business.
Well, coming into this game, LSU a double-digit favorite, and you playing a game right before you go to an open date, and then you got the biggest game that everybody has been talking about all year coming up in a couple of weeks. It would have been easy for them to come out and sleepwalk through this football game, but they didn't do that. They came out, they stayed focused, they played hard, they came away with the win, and a lot of people stepped up in this football game for LSU to win.
Well, 45 points, of course, very, very impressive. But, Greg, to a large extent, this LSU defense again was the forerunner to the victory. 6 sacks today, giving LSU 19 for the year.
For LSU, they just kept coming from different places. You had Mango coming from the end, putting pressure on the quarterback, just harassing them all over the place. You had linebackers coming. You had new players that stepped up and played, and that's what they had to get. They ended up with 6 sacks on the day against Auburn, and anytime you can sack the quarterback that many times, it's going to make it difficult for any offense to run well.
It's the third time LSU has had double-digit tackles for loss in a game this season. Now, the Super Bowl of college football is coming in a couple of weeks. The same amount of time to get prepared. All eyes of the college football world will be on Tuscaloosa in a couple of weeks. How do these teams get prepared for each other? Number one and number two.
Well, I'll tell you what, these teams are familiar with each other. They've been watching this game, watching each other all season long. They've been keeping an eye on them, seeing what every team's doing. I think this is going to be a tough one because LSU plays a lot like Alabama on the offensive side. They play a lot like Alabama on the defensive side. And if LSU can play special teams-wise the way they played in this Auburn game, I think it's going to be one of those games. It will be the college Super Bowl.
Only old people know what carbon copy is, but it is a carbon copy game in Tuscaloosa. Both teams play terrific defense. Both teams would rather run the football. Both teams are exceptional in special teams. And, oh, by the way, there's a lot of not so much love between these two programs.
Well, if you like football, college football or professional football, you can get excited about this football game. If this one doesn't excite you over the next couple of weeks, you don't have a pulse.
Well, it was an easy win today, as it turned out for LSU. Very impressive. Gentlemen, let's go back to you in the Louisiana Cat studio.